As a basketball player, tryouts are a very stressful time of year. And that's what I'd like to talk about today, because today I got cut. So there are 3 questions I'd like to cover today about getting cut at tryouts and pretty much what that whole process was like. And I'll start off by saying that it requires a lot of hard work to make any basketball team, whether it's AAU, it's your school team, it's another open league, even some college teams, right? Even getting to the NBA. So regardless of what you're trying out for, the credit goes where credit is due to everybody who puts in the hard work and the time and the commitment to make a team. I remember going through the off-season workouts, right? Whether it's with your team 2, 3, 4 times days a week, sometimes you're lifting with the guys, right? And then you get into the preseason. So now that your off-season is over and you're developed your skills heading into the season, that's when the conditioning comes in. And when I mean conditioning, I don't just mean, jogging around a track. This could be getting really in shape, suicide sprints, even more lifting, I would say, you name it, in regards to getting ready for the actual season. But then tryout day arrives, and this is where you're doing a bunch of drills, getting evaluated, some new players show up, and the big word or the big thing, key of the day, is the scrimmages between you and your opponents, fighting for those JV, freshman, varsity spots. So I think my big reaction to getting cut is definitely that I was upset. There was no doubt about it. I was definitely hurt. I mean, it's right, it sucks to have the coach pull you into the office and just say today is not your day. It's one of those moments where you're just like kind of shocked, I guess, in a way, where after all the hard work you've kind of put into the sport that you love throughout the entire off season and playing the year before, and then also, showing up to the tryout and feeling like you gave everything you had just to be, cut. So I was definitely hurt, but sometimes, you gotta react or figure out a way to react in life. So I was definitely upset. I was definitely mad. I kind of felt like, the whole world was staring down against me, or it was like, why did this happen to me? You feel a little bit stressed about what am I gonna do now? It's more of like okay, I'm out on the school team, but what do I do? I can't play with my friends. I am not obviously playing at their games. So it's kind of just this range of emotions to where I don't know what my next steps are. And that's what I'm gonna cover now. So I think in regards to next steps, the first thing is maybe a quote. I'll have to look it up later, but I believe what the quote is that life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond to it. So yes, I may have gotten cut from the team. The coach may have told me no today, just like a bunch of other people will tell me in life. This is probably not gonna be the first time that somebody tells you, no Josh, you're not on my team. This might happen at jobs, at colleges, for a whole bunch of different things. So now in that 90% about how I respond, it's what do I do to get better? It's do I come back next year even better, right? It's how do I work out, or how do I just do I still play basketball? There's a bunch of different questions you can ask, but it's really how you respond to getting cut. Do you let that be the final decision? Do you just give up on basketball? If you're as passionate about it as me and you really love the game, I think the answer to that is no. But I think regardless of what you decide to do, it should not be to listen to the coach who told you no. Because think about it, right? There's how many coaches out there? I can't even count, way too many to count. So I think regardless, you should not let the coaches know, the coach's answer to you making the team if they cut you should not be, I'm gonna let that coach dictate what I'm doing with my life. Because right, it's up to you, but it's your life and you get to control it. But I don't think a coach telling you no means, what you should go do and follow with your life. So obviously gonna keep working on the game that I love and worked on all the way up until this point, right? It's at the end of the day, right? We all said it's sad. It's definitely defeating and disappointing to get cut, but I think it's really crucial about what are my next steps. And some of that involves getting ready to try out for the team next year, right back in the same spot. I still plan on playing with friends, developing my own skills, preparing for the off season. I guess, in advance or farther than some of my other teammates, but still getting ready for the off season, getting ready, developing my skills, keeping my ball handling sharp, maybe adding a few pounds because that's what I always have wanted to do, continuing to develop my skills and doing a bunch of stuff in that nature, but also reaching out to coaches and also getting ready for AAU season, right? Another tryout. Look for, I think the key is, regardless, there are so many opportunities in life. Again, basketball, right, applies to life, but it's about what do you do with other opportunities. So maybe this means AAU season, you can try out for a team. Maybe you can try out for a team now that isn't necessarily your school team, but you can still try out for them in another place. So it's about what are you given with your opportunities. Just because one got denied, just because one door is closed, well, maybe this door all the way over here that I haven't checked yet opens. So it's about what are you gonna do with other opportunities. So I'll get ready for AAU season and, do the best that I can to become the best player I can be. At the end of the day, that is the goal for every single basketball player, is find a way to become the best basketball player you can be. And so I think finally this brings up one more question. Well, what does that mean for you, the viewer, who's sitting here, right, watching my video about me getting cut from the team and I guess kind of wondering, well, what does that mean for you? And I think this becomes where I say that I'm going to continue working and providing you with the best content that I can make. Besides the fact that I need you guys to comment down below how your tryout went. So, we could talk about it. You can DM me on Instagram at Josh Smiler Basketball. I'm always free to talk. But I think the biggest thing is my goal since starting this channel has always been to teach you guys something new about basketball in every video. That's what I have in my YouTube bio, but it's about documenting my journey to improvement as well as helping others. Because I'm currently in 11th grade, I'm a junior. But the thing is, back in 9th grade, I knew nothing. And when I say nothing, I mean zero, about skill development as a basketball player. I would just go outside, shoot 40,000 shots in that off season or that summer, going into 10th against air. I would literally just go out there, shoot for 3 hours, come in, have lunch, go back outside and shoot. And yes, I've discussed a few times on this channel that it did get me better, right? If you put in reps and practice at something, you're gonna get better. But it didn't make me a player that was able to play in games or with teammates. So when I tried out, I had extremely struggled with playing up against other people, getting defended. My ball handling wasn't as sharp just because of the shooting aspect and the amount of reps I had put in. So I think this all stems back to how can I help the younger players, maybe players even older than me, anybody who is passionate about the game of basketball, I would love to help and teach something new. For kids that are younger than me, it might be to speed up their process, help them make the team, right? There's things you can learn from every single situation in life. You either win or you lose, but you have to be able to learn from both. So here, yes, I got cut, and that might be a loss, but it's how do I respond, and it's also how do I learn from that mistake? What can I do better, right? What can I do to make the team next year? How can I prepare? There's so many different things you can learn from this opportunity. So for you guys, the viewer, the audience, whatever you want to call it, my goal is to bring you guys the best basketball content I can and document this journey over the next year, preparing to tryouts, how my AAU season goes, depending on which team I go with, how my off season goes again. I previously recorded my past off season, which you can find here, wherever I decide to put it, my off season vlogs, which you can check out, see how I developed my game over the past season. But this upcoming off season is going to be the biggest one yet. So I want to document the underdog story, the story that you might not hear or see about, but one that, will help you or inspire you or motivate you or help you learn and grow to become a better basketball player. So I think that wraps up, my thoughts, reactions, and next steps from being cut today. I hope that you guys, learned something from this. I was able to motivate you, maybe connect with you. Let me know in the comments below what else you guys would like to see and how your tryouts went. Again, I'm always free to talk. I appreciate you guys for checking out this video, and I'll see you next time.